talking about class this past Wednesday, specifically when we talked about unwritten rules in sports. Unwritten rules are ingrained in the culture of the sport and usually based on morals, sportsmanship, respect, etc. So, not running up the score is one example where when a team has a huge lead in a game, it's considered unsportsmanlike to continue scoring aggressively. But when would unwritten rules become formal and written? A big reason to do so is if there's like monetary benefits for the league. So an example is like if something controversial happens, um, and it makes players, fans, etc. like angry and like that could hurt attendance or ratings. An example could be that like right now in the NFL for the Eagles, it's kind of like it's not really an unwritten rule, but it's like an unwritten like expected thing that like when there's like 1 or 2 yards left for a first down, like obviously they're going to go for the tush push. And this has been controversial because, not a lot of other teams have been really able to stop it. None of the other teams really do it. And like because of that, some people are calling to ban that move. So like what should the ruling be? Well, it depends on like what impact the banning would have on NFL. So like would it make the non-Eagles fans happier and engage more monetarily with NFL, or would it be more hurtful because now, the Eagles are less competitive and their fans are worse off? So I guess it really depends on the outcome of that. But overall, I think both written and unwritten rules are super important in these sports, especially to like the teams and the players, refs, fans, etc., because they also serve as signals. So, an example of signaling could be like signaling sportsmanship and respect to other players by adhering to unwritten rules about fair play or integrity. For example, in soccer, like the idea that like if another player on the other team is hurt, you have to kick the ball away. It kind of is like the idea of not kicking a person when they're already down, not taking advantage of someone else's injury. And there's no formal rule about this, but it's considered rude not to follow it. And whether you follow it or you don't follow it just signals to the other team that, you don't care or that you do care. So, an example of when negative signals and like not following or following like unwritten rules can have an impact on a sport. Could be like the decline in viewership, which happened in the NFL. So, this is discussed in Sally Jenkins' article. The NFL is becoming more disturbing than appealing, and TV viewers are like the viewership is lower. Viewership is lowering, and the idea is that like this whole decline is related to the overall culture and the image of the sport and how it's played. And unwritten and written rules often contribute to impacting the game, impacting fans' experience, etc. So I guess it just shows that there's the most important aspect to sports is obviously fans and the reception of the game, and that is impacted by written rules, unwritten rules, and